Hi, everyone. Welcome to Insight Policing Playback. Today, we're going to be looking at a body-worn camera video of a traffic stop in Delaware that goes south. So what we do in Insight Policing Video Playback is we look at these incidents from a conflict resolution lens, drawing on the skills of insight policing. And those skills are notice, verify, and ask a curious question, right? Our goal is to get to the bottom of aggressive, resistant, and non-compliant conflict behavior so that officers can find solutions and complete their interactions with the public with the least amount of drama. So this obviously ended in a lot of drama, and you can find the link to the full video in the description below. So we're just going to show you the beginning. An officer pulls a woman over. He throws on his lights. She doesn't pull over. He's following her for a while, runs her plates, looks like her registration might be expired. Finally, she takes an exit off of the road, pulls into a grocery store parking lot, and backs into a space. So this clearly is raising all kinds of red flags for the officer. And what we see in this video is conflict behavior that escalates. And what we're going to do as we watch it is we're going to be on the lookout for that conflict behavior. We're going to practice noticing. We want to notice actions. We want to notice emotions. We want to notice words, right? Clues that tell us conflict behavior is at foot and there is more to discover. Okay, so here we are. He's just, the officer has just pulled into the parking lot following the driver, and check out him getting out of the car and the beginnings of their interaction.
Step out of the car. Step out. Step out.
Why?
Because I asked you to.
No. Let it pay?
Yes.
For what?
Step out.
No.
You want to get locked up?
For what?
Right now, you're resisting.
For
I
what?
asked you to step
You said
out.
I'm detained, but you never gave me a reason. You
Did
pulled
you-
me over, then you honked your siren because I'm backing up. Did you want me to stop on the side of the road? No, we're not doing that.
Step
We're
out.
not doing that.
Step out.
First of
We're
all,
done.
calm me the fuck down because we're not fucking doing
I
this.
asked you to step out.
No. Get your supervisor.
Sorry, Francis. I didn't know you were here.
Okay, so that is just the beginning, and it gets, even more escalated from there. Backup arrives, they pull her out of her car, they arrest her on the ground. She's got scratches, scrapes, she's bleeding. The entire situation becomes known to the whole community. She's on the news the next night. This officer is being investigated. It becomes a whole thing, right? So how could it have gone differently? What we like to suggest is that the first thing that the officer could have done was to notice the conflict behavior. First, he could notice his own conflict behavior right out of the door. He's already annoyed. You can tell, right? You can hear it in his tone of voice. You can tell how he gets out of the car. He says, "Get out of the car, get out of the car," right? And so it's not an orderly, "Hi, my name is Officer Jones. I'm pulling you over," because he's already up here. So that is something that he could notice for himself. I'm annoyed. I'm pissed that she didn't just pull over by the side of the road like I asked. And noticing that gives him the opportunity to set it aside and make a calm and orderly approach to the vehicle. The second thing is he could have noticed her conflict behavior, right? Initially, right off the bat, he asks, he says, "Get out of the car." She says, "Why?" Right? Defiant. She says, "No," resistant. "No," non-compliant. "Get out of the car." Voices start to raise, the tone becomes elevated. There's the body language, the emotions, clearly there is anger, there's frustration, there is the resistance, there's the non-compliance. All of that is very much observable and on display. Now, so what do we do with that? What do we do when we notice? Well, first of all, it tells us that there's more to discover. When we are encountering conflict behavior, right? Her resistance, her aggression, her non-compliance, that actually triggers a conflict response in ourselves, right? And we want to fight back. That's just the normal reaction, but it's counterproductive because it leads to escalation. Now, what we want to do is to notice it so that we don't get pulled in, and we want to understand where it's coming from on her part. Okay, so you don't want to get out of the car? What's going on? What's getting in the way of you getting out of the car? Okay, I can tell you're really upset. Help me understand what's upsetting you. Noticing is the first step. Then you're going to want to verify it, and then you're going to want to ask a curious question to get deeper. What officers who have been trained in these skills tell us over and over and over again, and what is demonstrated by the science, is that when you hear a person out, when you get their side of the story, the whole situation changes. The de-escalation begins to take place, lines of communication begin to open up, and solutions become available, right? More options for how to actually deal with a driver who isn't, compliant right off the bat. How do we deal with her? And those options become available, new creative ways for solving the problem. And that's a win for everybody. So remember, when you're faced with conflict, the first step is to notice it. Noticing it positions you to get curious and figure out the why. All right, thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Find out more about Insight Policing at insightpolicing.com.